What's up YouTube family, it's your boy Tad back again with another video. And as the year winds down, I just felt the need to come on here and speak to you guys about my 2021. I just wanted to give you guys a quick summary and what I'm looking forward to in 2022. Okay, so where do I actually start when it comes to 2021? I could sum it up in 2 words, and that's challenging and emotional. Okay, and let me start with the challenging side of it first. Most of the time when we experience new challenges or new experiences, it is normally uncomfortable because we're not familiar to these new experiences. So when I actually speak of new experiences and new things that I'm unfamiliar with and I might be uncomfortable about, it's this whole moving thing. You know, moving for me really created a whole new environment for me, a new life for me, and that's where I wanted to start at. Because moving, you know, sometimes we make plans and they never really go the way we want them to go, and that's what it was when I was actually in New York. I had plans, like I had a 5-year plan, I had a 10-year plan, I had goals set out to do everything to do in New York. And you know, certain things happen, circumstances, situations happen, and I ultimately had to change my course of life and start very brand new here in another state. And that's very challenging to me because having my mind on one thing, set in stone on one path, and then having to just switch it last minute because of certain situations. Okay, maybe not necessarily last minute, but having to switch plans because of my circumstances. It's just the thought of having everything set up and planned ahead, and then all of a sudden things just go left and you have to adjust as you go. I'm someone that normally loves to finish whatever I have started, and that's why this whole moving thing and having to switch my whole course of life was very daunting to me and challenging to me. So one other thing that actually happened with me this year is my investments, right? I had a couple investment failures and that had my mind blown. When it comes to setting up a better future financially, I'm actually thinking of my future family in advance. Of course, because of me wanting to make sure my future family is good financially, I'm always studying and making sure I'm managing my money the proper way so we can live a better life than I have during my childhood, make sure my kids are good for their own childhood. But a lot happened with actually investing this year. With investing, there came a lot of challenges and multiple failures that had me doubting myself about this whole financial freedom thing. But clearly I acknowledge and understand, you know, from the legends and the big kings of wealth, that we are all gonna experience failures when we just start investing, just start learning about money, learning how to make sure your money make you more money. So I was really bummed out about my whole investment failure this year, and it really had me down. That was one of my biggest, I think, failures of this year. But of course, knowing myself, I take every failure into account, and it's always to help me. I'm a bit hard on myself a lot of times because I want to get it right the first time, but clearly there's no such thing as always getting it right the first time. No one's perfect. But honestly, I needed those failures to show me where, you know, I was falling short and what I could actually fix. Also, you know, with all that said, I have to yet again begin new. I'm not big on beginning new, as y'all can see. Beginning new for me is just, listen, why didn't you get it right the first time? And now look at you. You got to start all over again. But, you know, lessons are always learned in every failure. Okay, so the emotional part, right? This is the funny one because my family always tells me, Tad, you're so nonchalant. But not nonchalant in a bad way. Nonchalant in a very good way. In a sense where I don't care what anyone says. Whatever you say about me, that's what you think about me. I know that's not what God thinks about me. That's not what I think about myself. I think it's a case where I'm very self-confident and I know who I am. I know where I'm going. So it never really bothers me when people say something about me, or you know, there might be something that happens and I'm just nonchalant about it. That's just me, and that's why my family actually calls me nonchalant. Yes, but with the whole emotional thing, for one, I lost 2 friends this year. Not to death, none of my friends died, God forbid. But what I mean by losing friends, this is something new to me, right? I don't lose friends. I've never had the experience of really losing friends. I've had friends for 15 years and they're still my friends this year, but that's the problem. I'm not friends with like certain people anymore, and it's only one person, but clearly that made me emotional because I get very attached to people when you're my friend, because I take friendship serious, you know what I mean? So we all know as we grow, as we expand, certain people might not speak your language anymore and you outgrow people. I had a hard time letting go, and you know, for some reason I got in my bag, as the young people would say. I got in my bag and I was down and I never felt good about it. But yes, I'm not used to losing friends, so that was really a hard one for me to swallow, and I felt very bad about it, and it really made me emotional. So the other thing I wanted to speak about that really affected me this year was the lack of support. So I'm actually big on self-support. I support myself better than anyone else. And I do think everyone should be their biggest supporter. But I think I came to the realization that, wow, nobody really supports me in a way. And the reason why I think I felt some type of way about being supported is because I felt the people closest to me were not supportive in a lot of different ways. You know, I had a lot of problems this year. I had a lot of issues. A lot of things happened this year. A lot of times when I felt like I reached out, people thought I was bothering them. But clearly, you know, we all go through things. We all have issues. We all want people to speak to, you know. A lot of times also I've shared my ventures, my goals, whatever my passions are to people, and they never really seem to support it in the sense where they were happy about it, nor any of that. So in a way, I felt isolated, not intentionally, but isolated because people never really cared. Now for my upcoming year of 2022, I am extremely excited. The main reason why, it's because it's been now 2 years. I've figured out my purpose and I've made goals for 2 years straight now according to that purpose. But now for 2022, my plans, my goals are totally different from previous years because now I'm aiming much higher than I was before. There's actually a saying that goes, hold on, let me look in my phone because I don't remember. So it says, the greater danger for most of us lies not in setting our aim too high and falling short, but setting our aim too low and achieving our mark. Okay, so because I noticed for the last 2 years, I've been setting my goals so low and there have been little effects and little results. I felt like I wasn't being stretched enough to my full potential that I'm capable of. Aiming higher will naturally challenge me more, but not only that, it would affect my life in a bigger stance where I would have to do things a lot more, where I have to be more diligent in things that I do and put out a lot more effort. In return, you know, it'll lead to better progress and more of a feeling of good satisfaction within yourself. Man, I even have a goal of next year to make sure I spread my bed every day. I'm laughing because y'all probably looking at me like, wow, his goal is to make sure he actually cleans his room and spread his room every day. But those little good habits, they cause me to get up earlier in the morning. It shows me that, hey, I'm on time, because usually when I don't spread my bed in the morning, when my room is not clean, it's because I'm rushing. Why should I be rushing in the morning? It just means I did not wake up on time. So now having that goal of spreading the bed every single morning, it disciplines me to make sure I'm up earlier and on time. Not only that, if I'm having a bad day, if my day sucks, at least I know I'm coming home to a clean room every day. So I also have that thought in the back of my head. And of course, you guys, you know I gotta come with the advice. You know I always gotta give you guys advice. That's what I'm about, and that's what I'm always gonna try to give. But don't let the challenges of the old year rob you of the new opportunities of the new year that you'll be stepping into. And what I mean when I say this is to make sure you are acknowledging the challenges from the past year and learning from them. Embrace the fact that they affected you so your guard can be up in case come your way again. So I have this cool little slogan for my new year. You know, yes, I'm actually naming my new year of 2022. So I'm actually naming this year Fight back. My biggest perceptions on obstacles, road blockages is to fight back. As I would call it, face your demons and fight back. Don't let any of those things take advantage of you, because if you do let it, you'll just be ran over every single time. And I can give y'all some examples of actually fighting back, right? If it's procrastination, you need to fight back with little and small progressive disciplines. Nothing outrageous, just very consistent and little small disciplines. Find what you need to be doing, start with the smallest one, and just go at it. If it's battling with weight or health problems, fight back by eating an apple a day or getting up earlier to go to the gym. You know what I mean? Do whatever you have to do to fight back those enemies that are trying to attack your health and bad eating habits. If you're battling with financial issues, go on YouTube, look up financial channels, learn about financial literacy, learn how to manage your money better. Fight back. So those are 3 different examples you can use in order to fight back. Because when I mean fight back, I don't mean just stand there and look like you're lost. Fight back by doing something about it. Don't let these things dominate you. You were created by God to dominate these things. So fight back. As always, in your own way, give advice and motivate and inspire someone today. And as my slogan says, extraordinary over mediocrity. Happy New Year to you and your family. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. Stay safe. I love you all, and peace out.